Howdy. In this segment, our three main points will be office atmosphere and environment, reflection, and statement of understanding. Office atmosphere and environment. The Testing Center strives to provide an inclusive environment for staff and students. One of the ways we strive to provide an inclusive environment is to be aware of the topics we discuss and their implications. For example, while it is your right to discuss your political ideology, we encourage you to be aware that doing so may cause heated debate or make others uncomfortable, which can lead to negative feelings in the workplace. Examples of topics that foster an inclusive environment could be schoolwork, career aspirations, or general interest. These type of topics lead people to find common ground and interests and help foster an inclusive environment. Another way to provide an inclusive environment is to adopt the fish philosophy. Here's a little background. The fish philosophy was inspired by a business that is world famous for its incredible energy and commitment to services, the Pike Place Fish Market in Seattle. You had a shop full of fishmongers spending their grueling, stinky 12-hour shifts stocking, selling, and packing fish. This was hard work, and none of the employees were having fun. When a customer would place an order, the fishmonger would call out the order, and the others would repeat it back to him or her, and they would bag the product. One day, one of the fishmongers decided to make it a little fun, and when an order was placed and then called out, he repeated the order back in a funny voice and then tossed the bagged product to the fishmonger taking the order. Soon, all the fishmongers were talking in funny voices and tossing product back and forth, and even started tossing the product to the customers. Word spread, and soon this place was thriving, growing, and is now world famous. They adopted 4 principles that helped them not just to fill orders, but fill people with fun, friendliness, attentiveness, and enthusiasm. The 4 principles are as follows. Be there. When people need you, they need all of you. Set aside distractions and judgments to focus on the person or situation in front of you. Play. You can be serious about your work without taking yourself seriously. Play is a mindset more than a specific activity. I like to have fun and laugh at work in order to help make the work atmosphere less stressful. Make their day. Simple gestures of thoughtfulness, thanks, and recognition make people feel appreciated and valued. Choose your attitude. To actually choose how you respond to life, not just to react, you must be intentional. When you get up, decide who you want to be today. This is the one principle I have taken to heart. Every day I try to choose to have a good attitude during the day. Yes, work gets stressful. Yes, work can get crazy. But having the right attitude is a huge help in being able to provide an inclusive atmosphere for everyone. We must all work together as a team to foster this type of environment for our staff and for our students who use the Testing Center. Speaking of environment, one of the things expected of student workers is to help keep the Testing Center clean and tidy. You are expected to keep an eye on the trash cans in the Testing Center, and when they start getting full, to empty them. Appearances are important, and we want our student workers to care about how the Testing Center looks. To this end, we can make sure to straighten chairs, pick up any trash on the floor, and dust if needed. Reflection. Let's talk about reflection. The definition of reflection is serious thought or consideration. The Division of Student Affairs strives to create moments of reflection for our student workers in which they reflect on how the skills that they learn in their jobs can be utilized in the classroom and vice versa. Also, how the skills learned in their jobs and in the classroom can be utilized in their future careers. In keeping with the student learning outcomes of the Division of Student Affairs, Disability Services is working to create opportunities for reflection for our student workers. One way is through the Aggies Rise program in which Disability Services participates. This entails a supervisor emailing out a number of open-ended questions to their student workers. The student workers are encouraged to really think about the questions and their answers. The supervisor will then meet with the student worker to discuss their answers and help the student workers see the correlation of skills learned in the classroom and at work that can cross over into other areas of their lives. This meeting is not part of the student worker evaluation. It is simply a means of providing an opportunity for the student worker to be able to reflect and is used for their development. Another way that the Testing Center provides an opportunity of reflection is in the training and orientation survey the student workers are asked to complete. We have incorporated a reflection question into the survey. We are striving to show our student workers that disability services is not just a career job or a paycheck. It is a stepping stone in their development as employees and citizens, and we are invested in them. Statement of understanding. The Statement of Understanding lists rules and guidelines in which the student worker agrees to adhere to during their employment with disability services. Student workers will be expected to sign a Statement of Understanding. This will go into their personnel file in Disability Services. This concludes the Office Atmosphere and Environment segment, and it also includes the Disability Services TAC Student Worker Training video. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to working with you.